Welcome back. Episode 20. Super Smoke Bros. We're back, baby, after about a week off. We got Mr. Brian Berlin, Mr. Colin Sheehan, and Mr. Petey. Here we go. Brian Peterson. And I'm Z, like always. Back by episode 20, and we're here together trying something new. A lot of things going on for our maybe like two or three fans that religiously listen to us. You'll see that there's a new format. I decided not to do, we decided to change, or I decided, we just change season instead of seasons, we just go episode. So no more season one or season two. We just put episode. So you may hear that in previous podcasts, but we're just episode 20 now. We got to plan something big for 25. It's coming up here. But and a couple of things. Make sure you subscribe and like. We're getting a lot of followers. So if you follow us on one of the social media platforms, we usually don't ask you to, but super helpful. Also, we have a merch store too as well up. Take a look at supersmokebros.itemorder.com. You can help us out a little bit. Like I said, we're four teachers. We don't make any money off this. We pay for it, but any little bit helps. And also coming up here at the Rest Center on May 31st, there is this. They brought it back after a while. It was in hiatus. They found a new sponsor. Actually, if you ever been up to Crivets and you go down that hill into Crivets, you see to the right there is a huge like butcher smoking shop, and they're actually, I think it's called Pelkey's. They're actually sponsoring this meat fest at the Rest Center where the Green Bay Blizzard play and the Green Bay Gamblers and UWGB basketball. And so that's May 31st. And there's a good chance you'll see the Smoke Bros up there doing some live on our Instagram and live on our YouTube channel. So that's coming up. So mark that on your calendars too. A lot of people we've been talking about, like the Tailgate Foodie, he'll be there and things like that. But guys, what we've been up to. I think Mr. Brian Berlin, what you been up to in that grill or kitchen smoker? What's been happening in your world, brother?
So just last night, actually, yesterday I received my 2 pack of seasoning from Mr. Fragoni, the chimichurri seasoning.
Oh yes.
I mean, it was super intriguing to me, and I thought my goal is to do a so to speak beer can chicken. I'm gonna
Mhm.
kind of dabble over the open fire. Um, Not necessarily open fire per se. It's gonna be a charcoal grill, pretty similar though. But I wanted to just kind of trial the seasoning on some chicken breasts. So I did that last night. I marinated it. It's really good. It comes with like a recipe if you want to turn that seasoning into a marinade. It's the seasoning with vinegar and with oil, and it gives you the parts and everything. And it was super easy. So I followed that recipe, and I marinated my chicken breasts for about 5 or 6 hours through the day, and then I just threw it on the Blackstone because we were doing smash burgers last night. We had some people over, so I'm like, well, a good opportunity to give that a shot, and threw it on the Blackstone, and it was done in a few minutes, and it was super tasty. So I'm pretty intrigued moving forward with the whole chicken uh, and the beer can chicken. I might even use one of Mr. Fragoni's techniques to
Awesome.
open that chicken up, whether I
Oh
can't remember what
yes.
it's called. It's the spat or
That's
The
good.
frog. The
The
what is
frog.
it?
frog.
Yes.
The
It was the
frog?
frog one. Yeah, I
Yeah,
used
I
it.
might try
I
that
didn't
one.
use it. I used it with chicken right after like we get done with this interview. It
Yeah,
was awesome. Yeah, it was awesome.
yeah. I think I was gonna go that way actually, and give that a try because that looked super super awesome. So yeah, that's. I've been pretty busy with the kids and sports and work, so I haven't had as much opportunity as I'd like, but I was certainly pleased after last night. So shout out
Oh,
to
please, man.
Mr. Fragoni.
Godfather of open fire, baby.
Yep.
Nice. Sounds good.
Awesome.
Hey, and you're about to become a super busy man here, Mr. Sheehan, with the start of track season. So
Yeah.
you're on the
Yeah.
block, brother.
Yeah. Track and field season starts tomorrow. Me and Petey are on the staff. And if you guys are ever interested, we have a SFHS Boys Track and Field on Instagram. You can follow that too
Oh
for
yeah.
some great updates there. But yeah, so this is actually what we had for dinner tonight. We were going to do, we did smash burgers like Berlin was talking about. I guess they're a popular thing. But I decided to, before I put them on the Blackstone or anything like that, when they were still in just a ball of meat form, I put them on the Pit Boss for like half an hour at like low temperature, like 200 degrees, just to get some smoke flavor to it,
Mm.
and then made smash burgers just like normal and phenomenal. I'm going to do it like that every time from now on. Would
Nice.
highly recommend.
Nice.
Great idea.
Those sound good, man.
Yeah.
Gosh, super
Yep.
good. PD, the long distance coach extraordinaire. You're up, brother.
All right, yeah. Haven't had too much chance to go outside and do anything super exciting out there, but I kind of dove into the tailgate foodie items. I used a little bit of the Yardbird last week. I prefer just using chicken thighs just because they taste way better than chicken breast, but I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier, so I mixed them, threw them on the grill with that seasoning, and it was awesome. I was eating that for lunch every single day last week. Also tried the All-American sauce he sent, and it was awesome. It was just like he described. Like it's a little bit of everything you can imagine, like a little spice, a little zip, a little tang, a little sweetness. So it was good. I was pleasantly surprised with that combo.
Honestly, that might be my new favorite barbecue sauce. I agree.
Yeah, it's up there for sure.
It's up there. Hey, Berlin, what was the one that you turned me on to that I thought I love?
Yeah, so that one is probably still my favorite, but it's called Judgment Day.
Yeah, Judgment
It's
Day.
on Barbecue Superstore, and that one is phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. The All American might be my favorite though. Yeah, I mean, it was so good.
I like the tang.
Yeah.
I do like. I love because I love that. I love mustard sauces too, as you know. And it was kind of a really cool mix between that mustard, tangy, vinegary, but the classic kind of whatever, the red, barbecue sauce. So I mean, and it had a little spice, which I love too. Like I agree with Petey.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's probably second right now, just because I haven't used it officially yet on the smoker, but it might take over.
Yeah. Anything else, Petey?
That's all I got for now.
Let's see. I've been pretty solid here every Sunday. Fast like 4 Sundays. I've been going. Smoke is rolling, even when it was really cold that one weekend. Still going. The old Pit Boss, man, it still fires. It still goes. I use a mixture of the Bear Mountain Apple and then Royal Oak charcoal pellets and stuff. So today I did some. I put it on the Instagram post or page and Facebook. Pork tenderloins. I injected them. I tried it having Dr. Pepper. I always use Dr. Pepper. That's my go-to for pork. I injected them with 7-Up. And then I, rubbed or mustard and rub them down and rub mustard, put them on a rub. And I used the KC combo from Tailgate Foodie. And I love that rub. Great rub. Not a whole lot in it. And just simple, but great. Threw those on, and I don't think I've ever made a better pork tenderloin or pork loin in my life. It was so good and juicy. Like I put on Instagram, I put my finger down on it and it just gushed. So that's my supper. I'm gonna try this carnivore diet thing. So that's my supper all week. So we'll see what happens. So
that's awesome. You said you injected with 7-Up?
7-Up. I tried it. Yeah, because I usually put it with or apple juice. So I just figured I'd try it with 7-Up. So yeah, it was good. A little sweet then to it, but the KC combo has this a little sweet, but just has the right balance. It's solid. And then I did 2 beer butt chickens today, and I used the Yardbird from our boys at Tailgate Foodie, but I also used Miss Tina Cannon's What the Cluck on one of them. Oh, yeah. And so both were solid rubs. Gives a little different flavor, but you can never predict barbecue because usually 2.5 hours at 250, my birds are done. It was about 3.5 hours this time. And so I got my mom and my mother-in-law over they're eating, and we're supposed to eat at 5:30. It was 6:30. I'm like, we're supposed to jump on the podcast at 7:30. I'm just like, man, this is not working out. And you can never, once you think you have barbecue under control, it'll come back and it'll humble you really, really quick. And it did to me. So turned out great though. Made some cheesy potatoes too and smoked those. So great dinner, super awesome. So that was today, my latest smoke for today.
That's a great recipe, your cheesy potatoes. Do you got that one up on Instagram? Have you put that one?
I think I do. I'll look. I doctor it. Now you're supposed to put 4 cans of cream of chicken, but I put 2 cream of chicken and 2 cream of jalapeno now.
Yeah, you had that when you shared it with me. It's hard to find that cream of jalapeno. You can't find it at your
only Meyer. That's the only place I can find is Meyer.
Okay.
That's the only place I can find it. But what that 2 cans, usually I put 1 can of cream of jalapeno, I put 2. It gave a little back of the throat burn, like a little back of throat heat, which was I wasn't ready for it. And it's not too spicy, but when you're not ready for it, like, oh, there's that little kick. And actually, everyone in my household, including my daughters, liked it better. So, and I forgot the cream cheese in it. But I like forgot, and I'm looking, and there's a block of cream cheese after we got done eating supper last weekend, so I'm like, and when we had it, and I'm like, oops, but it still worked out great. So it was still awesome.
I couldn't find that cream of jalapeno, but so what I replaced it with was good old, canned nacho cheese.
Oh,
and I'm telling you, it was really good.
Yeah, yes. I think I did next time I did that after you told me, I did it too. And that was awesome.
Yeah, because you can do like spicy or, but that cheese obviously with the potato. I mean, who doesn't like a good old fashioned like canned cheese,
Yeah, no kidding. Good. 100% all natural.
Cheese in a can.
Cost effective.
Yeah. So we're gonna try something a little bit different here at Smoke Bros to change it up here for our listeners. We are gonna try the wheel of meat, where we all like kind of threw our ideas out there, and we have a random wheel that I'll bring up here, and hopefully it works. And whatever it lands on, all right, the Super Smoke Bro will have to give how they would prepare it just off the top of their head with no preparations. So it's not too hard. We started off a little bit easier with that. And then we might have a second one where one of the Smoke Bros may throw out something for a side, and what would that? And so we have no idea what a Smoke Bro or one of our Smoke Bros will throw out there. So it's really might catch us off guard for a minute here, but it'll be good. Change it up a little bit here. And so and also hopefully those that listen will take it like, okay, and think, well, what would I do if this meat, where would I go to if this meat came up and I had to do it? So, all right. Well, I'm going to share my screen here. I got all my millions of tabs here. All right. I was working on my graduate paper today. All right. Let's see.
Who's going first?
Let's see. Mr. Berlin, go first.
Sure.
You guys see this? Do you see the screen?
Yep.
All right. All right. Restart. Here we go.
Here we go. No whammies.
No whammies. Big money, big money, big money, big money, big money, big money, big money. Chicken wings. All right. So I'm gonna. See it.
You give me the wheelhouse right away. Chicken wings. So
dude,
right off the top of my head, I'm gonna tell you right now, I do a really good Asian inspired wing on my charcoal grill. Kind of a sweet chili sauce that I actually make from home. I actually make from scratch, sort of, I guess. It's not a bottled, but I basically I do offset with the wings until they're basically done, and then I'll slather this sauce on and put it direct heat for just to get that crispiness on it, because I am a full-blown grilled chicken wing fan right now. I'm telling you right now, the best chicken wings I've ever had still in Milwaukee. I don't know if I can say the places or not. I'm gonna though, right?
Yeah, you do whatever you like.
My favorite place in Milwaukee Yeah, it's Tompkins.
Yes,
You're-
I was
you're
hoping
ever
you were going
down-
to say
Oh,
best wings I've ever had. The grilled wings at Tompkins.
yeah, Tompkins are it's unbelievable. It's right behind State Fair. It's just this little dive bar, but it's like award-winning wings that's on the menu. They have their own sauces. I'm telling you, they don't have the Asian one there though, but that's what I got.
All right. So that's awesome. Maybe we can throw that recipe up when we put this up on YouTube and Spotify with the video
For
part.
sure.
Then like we did for that one episode, that'd be a good idea. So all right. So I think I'm just looking at my screen, and so I'm one behind you, Mr. Berlin. So I'm gonna give you a side here. Ooh.
Okay.
What would you do? And he's nervous right now. I see that.
You're
what would you do with any color pepper? Green pepper, red pepper, yellow pepper, orange pepper. What would you do for that?
Okay. I do a grill. I grill the peppers. So I do like a jalapeno poblano grilled, and then I also grill the tomatoes, and I do a salsa with that. So like a fire grilled salsa, I guess you could call it. That adds a little bit of that charcoaly burnt flavor where I charcoal it up, peel the skins off, chop it up, and you could do it. You can blend it if you want like a thin salsa, or you can just leave it chunky. I typically blend it when I do the fire roasted one, different than a pico. So yeah, that's where I go.
That's
So, like,
awesome.
yeah.
Sounds great, man.
Nice.
Have you ever like put the peppers like till they get that? You see Alfred go this. You saw Carla do it too. Where they put the peppers right on the coals. Have you ever done that
Wait.
before?
I have not, and when I saw that, I was super intrigued by it. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're peeling the skin off anyways. So I mean, I
Yeah.
see that all the time on these cooking things flash up, because my phone stalks me, so I get all these like
Yeah.
videos that pop up that are like this guy cooking in the middle of nowhere on open fire, and he's throwing stuff in the pit. And it's like, yeah, like even like bread, like this guy throws bread, like raw dough on the coals, and he's like, well, I'll taste the same anyways. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, I'm like, yeah. I'm super intrigued by that though, and even like the steak when that video we watched.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Great job, Mr. Berlin. First time we're doing it, and you rocked it. Big we got some big
Yeah.
shoes. So I think it's Colin Sheehan. I think
All right.
you're up. So I'm gonna share
Give me
my
the
own.
wheel of meat. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, let's see. Share here. All right. I think there's a little lag sometimes, but that's okay. All right, here we go.
All right.
The wheel of meat. It's
Not
spinning,
exotic
baby.
meat. Not exotic
I
meat.
know that's
Oh.
crazy. The good news about exotic, you can pick one.
Oh, geez Louise. Okay.
All right. Let me get back here. Okay, let me take it off the Zoom person here. Take off share and just take a second here. All right. Okay, so the nice thing about exotic, you can pick anything you want. So
Yeah.
A lot of
I'm thinking
options.
exotic can't be like a lot of options. Can't be pork, can't be beef, can't be turkey, can't be chicken. Is there anything else I'm missing, guys?
Oh, a fish.
Fish probably a little too mainstream too.
Yeah,
Huh?
fish. Yeah.
Not
Unless it's
all
like a crazy fish.
Not
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, it depends. I guess it depends. So,
I don't think I'm gonna
Mr.
go fish
Okay.
here.
all right.
I'm not a super adventurous eater, I guess, when it comes to exotic meats. But I did at State Fair one time. I had to sign a waiver. I had a Camel burger. And it was pretty good. So I didn't really notice. It kind of almost tasted like a halfway between a regular beef burger and like a turkey burger almost. It was lighter meat. So I think I would do a Camel smash burger.
Oh,
I
I love it.
put some avocado oil down on the Blackstone. Smash up the ground Camel on the Blackstone, and then See, I'm trying to think of what kind of seasoning I would
Sounds
go
like
for.
you're smashing a cigarette, man. A Camel Light.
I might almost try like because I'm like remembering the flavor of the Camel, like the seasoning I use when I do a whole chicken, it's called special shit.
Yes, that's
and
great seasoning.
it's really good, and you can get it from Big Cock Ranch. It's called. Don't use your school Chromebook to look it up, but I think I'd put some special shit on that Camel burger with some pepper jack cheese maybe, and some barbecue sauce, some all American barbecue sauce. I think because that's probably my favorite right now, and go from there. Whatever you like on your burgers.
That was the best exotic meats we could have had.
Didn't see that one coming.
We're just gonna take that off now. Mic drop.
Yeah,
Yeah, boom. We're out.
Joe Camel smash burger was what we're gonna
it might taste like that too. I don't know.
Well, I think Mr. Berlin, you got Sheehan's secret side here.
Secret side, okay. How
What
about
pairs well with Camel?
yes. How about we go with I'll take it easy on you. Something with a potato.
Ooh, okay. Especially if I'm doing it with the Camel smash burgers.
Yeah.
I am just doing like some home, like I'm cutting up some russet potatoes into French fries, and then usually I season those with salt, pepper, garlic powder, and paprika, and I'll just do those on the Blackstone too. I'll air fry them if it's really cold out or something like that, but Blackstone would be my preferred way.
Well, I've never tried that. I'm gonna try that.
It's good. Frozen fries are really good on the Blackstone too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hey, great job. You got exactly what you didn't want, the exotic meats, but you killed it. You killed it.
Thank God for Wisconsin State Fair.
Yeah,
I feel like that was staged. Like you guys planned it ahead of time.
No, I did.
He's like not wanting it.
I got had a little tear coming down my eye when he was talking about the special shit seasoning and Big Cock Ranch. I'm like, come on, seriously.
Look it up. Good.
I know. I had this seasoning before. It's really good. All right, so we'll go over to Petey here. I'm going to share the screen again. We'll go to
All right, I'm ready.
All right, let's see what happens here.
Hopefully no exotics.
Oh, you lived in Spain, PD, so
yeah.
Beef short ribs.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
This is Carlos. Yeah, this is Carlos' favorite the barbecue. So let me stop the share. Okay, Super Petey, spare ribs.
I've never had spare ribs turn out for me.
So this is perfect for you. Short ribs.
Short ribs.
This is perfect. So this is perfect then.
Yeah, the place I've tried them to keep them moist has always been the crock pot, and not even there I could get them to work out for me very well. But usually I'm doing something with a little red wine in there, butter, herbs, keeping them moist the whole time. So I'm not going to give you a great recipe here. I'm going to ask you guys for a little support.
For the short ribs?
I love short ribs. Yeah. I cook them like a brisket.
Okay.
I injected them with tallow. Hit that.
See, that's something I did. Yeah, I did not have tallow like a couple months ago, or it never came to mind when I was trying them before. So I might try that.
Yeah, and then I'll sear them at the end too. I'll wrap them too. I treat them kind of like a brisket, like a tri-tip too.
Yeah.
Like that, and just let them go. You got to let them get to that high temperature, and then I love a good. No one else likes them in my house. I don't make them that often, but that's what I would do. I'm not sure if Brian or Colin, if you have a different method, how do you do those?
No, my method would be YouTube or TikTok. I'm glad I didn't get that.
You gotta contact Carla. Carla's that's her favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would probably do. I would sear them, just to say something different, and I'd finish them in the oven. But yeah, I would do some sort of red wine. I'd do kind of like a French inspired recipe with red wine and beef broth, and
Yep.
put vegetables and make it kind of almost like a stew,
Yep.
and put it in like a big
Yeah.
crack and finish it in the oven.
Yeah.
I
However
think
long.
like I think dino ribs are like tougher than probably brisket. I think dino ribs they're tough. They're tough.
That is
But
tough.
once you get them, man, they're so good. Oh, they're so good. That was that was a tough one. When I was doing the wheel, I'm like, I hope I get this one. that was the one I wanted. Now it's gone, so I won't get it. But Sheehan, what's the mystery side for Petey?
So I'm thinking some sort of salad. I love a good like pasta salad, potato salad, something like that.
All right. Okay. Since we're kind of going a little Mediterranean with the ribs, maybe herbs, wine, and butter. Maybe I'll go with the caprese salad. Give you the old fresh tomatoes with the mozzarella cheese and basil on there. Little good balsamic vinegar.
Oh yeah.
Olive oil, salt, and pepper.
Yeah,
It's the only time I'll eat raw tomatoes. Is what you is greasy salad with the balsamic. It's just it's the only time.
I grew up eating raw tomatoes, so
yeah.
We make another version when we want something like quick, and the kids will even eat the other one where it's just pasta. Throw in some Italian dressing, throw the tomatoes and the cheese in there. So if you want to like add some pasta, make it quicker. That's another way to do it.
Nice.
Yeah, that's Brian talking about raw tomatoes. My grandma Z, rest in peace. We used to be like go there, spend the weekend and stuff like that. I'm like, I want a snack, Grandma, and I'd have a raw tomato. Put salt on it. That's what she gave me. She was just looking out for me.
Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll share the screen. It's my turn here. Let's see. This will be interesting. Let's see. There it is, the wheel.
All right, what do we got?
I don't know. You can't do a repeat though.
Yeah, no repeats.
No. Oh, I really wanted that one too. We can't do that. Can't repeat it. So
something new. Again.
Respin.
Yeah, where's respin here? Respin. There we go. There we go. You probably ran on something we had already. Yep. Oh, we're gonna respin that one too. I'm gonna trash it. There we go. I can't have it again.
Yeah.
There we go. See, I'm learning.
Here comes chicken. No.
Oh, steak of your choice. All right. Oh,
we were probably all hoping for this one.
The one that so okay, stop sharing. Steak of your choice. There's a couple of different ways I'm going here, but I'm going with I think I talked about on this podcast before, but when I have to go steak, I call the butcher. Right now it's Meese Fields. I've been trying Brockman's though. They're solid too. And Staples Farm out of Cedar Grove. But anyway, I'm asking for a 4-pound porterhouse. I'm taking that bad boy back, firing up the smoker, and I'm not injecting it, but I'm hitting it up, lathering up with like olive oil or some kind of oil, hitting it with the seasoning. I'm just a SPG usually. Hit that, and then I'm letting it go. I'm letting it go to about 120 degrees internal temp. Now I got a 4-pound porterhouse, so that thing is thick. It's thick. It's thick, and I'm just letting it go. And I got this from our colleague Josiah about 6 years ago. He gave me this recipe, and so then it's going as it gets about 115-ish. All right, close to that 120. I just wherever you want to do it. I get a skillet, and I use a cast iron. And I get that thing piping hot, blazing hot. And then so about between 120, 125, more towards the side of 120, I throw some. I use beef tallow, or I use like Irish butter. I put it in there and I slam it down. I put it on that take it off the smoker on that cast iron for 3 minutes each side. Super good crust. And then I wrap in a towel. I already have the cooler warm. So I like put boiling water in there to get in about maybe 110 degrees. And I get really, really hot water pouring in the cooler. That way the cooler's walls absorb all the heat. So it won't withdraw all that heat from the steak. And then obviously dump the cooler out, put the steak wrapped in a towel there and let it sit for at least an hour. At least an hour. 2 hours is fine. I've done 2 hours. I've done 2.5 hours. Kind of like when we made the brisket for Ed's party. We let that brisket sit for 8 hours wrapped in a cooler, and it was great still. And I take that out, and you honestly, if you do it right, you can cut it with a butter knife. It's crazy.
Huh.
And it's my favorite steak. Like my brother-in-law will text me. He's like, "Let's make the porterhouse. I'm coming over." Like, all right, $80 cut of meat. Let's go get that. I guess I'm going to get some, and stuff. So that is like when it goes to steak, that's my go-to. Otherwise, I like to reverse sear, too as well. Any kind of steak, get to that 120-ish, reverse sear it, let it sit. It's going to be a good medium rare. And so I love doing that, forming that crust too as well. But I like I don't have a Blackstone, but I have that insert that goes on the gas grill. I like to get that piping hot and make a nice crust on that too. That's a great, throw some butter down on that or tallow. So
That's awesome.
Nice.
So Petey, you have the mystery side, man, for me.
Yeah, I've
And
been
I'm
thinking a
scared
little bit
because
about this.
Yeah, I'm a little scared.
4-pound porterhouse. I'm like, do you need sides with that?
No, you don't.
How about corn?
I'm going with gosh, there's a few ways I can go here, but I'm gonna take that corn. Is it a corn on the cob or is it canned? What is it, frozen corn?
Corn on the cob.
Okay,
But
corn on the cob.
you can take it off the cob, of course.
Yeah. So I've done it a couple different ways. And so I put the corn on the cob, and sometimes if I don't have my Weber fired up on the side, I'm just smoking. I don't have that going. Sometimes I do fire up the Weber just to get the charcoals, and I'll put that corn on the cob right on, right above the charcoals to get that charcoal flavor, or I'll put in the gas grill until I get the charred. So I start getting that char. Take that off, let it cool for a minute or so, cut off all the corn. Cut it all off, throw it in an aluminum pan, throw some cream cheese in there, and some cilantro in there, some cream of jalapeno in there, a bunch of different cheeses. Use queso fresco in there, Monterey Jack in there too as well, and a couple of ingredients I'm sure I'm forgetting out. I know there's some garlic in there and some lime in there, and put that back on the smoker and put it for about 2 hours, mixing it. Comes out, put that queso fresco on top of it, and you got street corn dip to go with that porterhouse, baby. So that's my wife's favorite dip that I make on the smoker, and is that street corn. I think I forgot to chop up we chop up poblano peppers. We don't use. My wife or Jess loves poblano, so we chop up poblano peppers for that.
Yeah,
and it's out of this world. It's like a queso kind of, but street corn. It may be better than queso. I don't. It's right there for me. That's how good it is. So, yeah.
Z, I got a question for you.
Go for it, brother.
Do you have a pantry filled with cream of jalapeno?
Yes, I do.
Like,
I do.
are you
I do.
sponsored by cream? Like, I don't.
I should be. I should be.
Cream of jalapeno.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, so, and this drives my wife nuts. It drives Jess nuts because she's like, we're totally opposite. I'm like, wow, they're $1. Why wouldn't I get 10 of them? They're $1. So you don't need 10 cream of jalapenos. I'm like, sure I do. I never know when I need them. And so I usually every time I go to Meijer, I always grab 2 cans. So I have like 6 cans in my pantry right now because you just never know when you need them.
We're gonna have the Z cream of jalapeno tracker, like the live every time you say it.
Yeah. The over under on the next how many cans I have left in my pantry.
Every time he uses it for a recipe, we drink.
Yeah,
we might not make it through an episode.
You may not. No,
yeah.
It's like that's like we all have that thing that we use a lot. Like mine's cream of jalapeno, Dr. Pepper. It's like depending on what I'm doing, it's incorporated somewhere in those. I just love it.
I know what to
and
get
stuff,
you for
so.
your birthday.
Oh yeah, just get a little straw. We'll put it in there. So, well, awesome. Oh, gentlemen, that's episode 20. Good episode, fun episode. I don't know if I laughed like this before for a while. So, does anybody have anything they're talking about or thinking about, or maybe you're gonna try that you can't wait to do? You want to leave our viewers in suspense, or listeners, I should say, not viewers. Could be viewers though, in suspense on what the next episode might bring.
I don't know about the
Petey and
next
Colin, you got
episode,
track season.
Yeah.
but like
Yeah.
in the future, I'm looking, by the summer to have an open pit
Yeah.
in my yard somewhere, and just
Mhm.
going with that. That
Yeah.
open fire stuff really has resonated with me. So I want to
Yeah.
build like an open fire pit.
Looking
Awesome.
forward to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by my daughter Zara. She's watched the Carla, and we watched we've been watching some stuff on Carla and what she's doing, and we might head to Miami in a couple of weeks when we're down in Fort Myers Beach to hang out with Carla. And so I'm intrigued. I'm gonna have some kind of open fire too, even if I have to put it in my take the middle part off of my Smoky Mountain and put a grate down and do it like that, and make something to get stuff to hang over for the
Mhm.
summer. For this summer, I will. I'm gonna mess
Yeah.
around with open fire for a minute.
Mhm.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks we're going to be around the Gulf. My kids are psyched for the seafood. So my boys like fish of all kinds. My daughter will only eat the expensive stuff like scallops and shrimp. So we plan on making a lot of all of it. So
Nice.
it'll be fun.
And
Yeah.
I'm pretty simple here. I'm a huge Brewers fan. They're probably my favorite sports team, even more than the Packers, which may surprise people. But so I'm just looking forward to some brats and some hot dogs, like some
Yeah.
good brewer tailgating food. I love that stuff when the weather gets nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, I got to start quick. Oh, this will be good. Listeners will like this one. So, have you guys ever seen that that guy? There's one of the guys that says no, on TikTok, and has the reels. No way, or are you kidding me? Well, I saw one of, you know what I'm talking about?
Is
Are
it
you
the
guys
kidding me?
Are you talking about the
I
for
did-
fuck's sake guy?
The what?
The for fuck's sake guy?
No, that's one of them. A different one though. The one
Oh.
that's, are you kidding me, guy?
Yes, Daryl. Daryl's his name.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
he had.
love
So
him.
I was cruising. I was waiting. It was Friday, and I was outside of the theater waiting for my daughter Zara to get done with theater practice. I was just scrolling through, and I saw this one where he was doing it, and he's like, "How to defrost meat fast." Have you seen that one?
I don't think I've seen that one.
So you take a ceramic paper or plate, you put it down upside down, and then you put the meat, and then you take another plate and put the other way on top of it. So it's sitting in between the plates. So I took some kudagi. I made some, a kudagi in the freezer. I'm like, oh, if this works, it's a win-win for me because it's awesome, and I get to make kudagi. I get to fry up the kudagi. Awesome, make some kudagi sandwiches. In 90 minutes, I am not kidding you. 90 minutes, my meat was defrosted doing that.
Huh.
Nuts. I'm like, just like that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Wow.
What just happened?
So it's literally just sitting between two plates.
Two plates. So the plates are super cold. So I'm not a science teacher, Mr. Sheehan. I think you are. Something with that. Those plates must be withdrawing that moisture and that, the frozen, the water out of it. Something. I don't know. It was crazy.
Can I take a shot at it?
So I'd made some kudagi sandwiches.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Science term, is that conduction?
Yeah, that's conduction. That's good.
Okay.
Good job right there.
Yes.
That's why I'm a social studies teacher. We was worried about history. So that's that was, so I actually tried that. So if you needed to defrost the meat, now I did try it. Like I took some, I was gonna make I was thinking, I was like, what can I make? Look at my freezer. I don't have much beef left. I get another cow here. But anyway, I took a big chunk of meat and it was bigger, and it didn't work really that well with that when it's really big. But if it's inside that plate, I couldn't believe it. It was nuts. It worked. I no kidding. I like yelled him, and Jessica's like, "What's your problem?" Like, it worked. I couldn't believe it, So
Yeah, it's like the specific heat of the plates is probably. Oh man, I might embarrass myself a little bit here, but there's something with the specific heat is going to be different than like what it would normally sit on, like a wood cutting
Yeah.
board, and that's just
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to like
Oh,
withdraw,
yeah.
like kind of like
Mhm.
withdraw the coldness and put the heat into it quicker.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
Sounds legit.
Yeah, it sounds legit. You got us, man. I'm going with that, Colin.
Yep.
Hey, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. Berlin, anything? Oh, you're doing the open fire. So, guys, I think that's episode 20. We have I had some people reach out to us, some everyday backyard barbecue people, guys and gals that want to be on. So we have someone from our work too that wants to be on. So we'll start hitting those up a little bit, and yeah, we'll keep on rolling. We'll have something big for episode number 25. I know we have Leanne Whippen getting ready to come on. I just have to lock down a date. She contacted me today after I've been contacting her probably too much. She's probably getting sick of me and stuff like that. And then, yeah, so we'll plan something big for episode 25. And stay tuned because if you're around the Wisconsin area, you're going up to the rest center, you might see the Super Smoke Bros up there on May 31st, going live on Insta and Facebook and probably podcasting, giving away stuff. So something to look forward to. So,
Yep.
all right, gentlemen, there's no last words here. I think the count of three, we smoke on, and episode 20 is in the books. So,
Go.
Just the last words.
yep. 1, 2, 3.
Smoke
Smoke on.
on.